Joining us now here on Jones and Mego on WEEI is Rob Bradford. He's presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including bioheat, and as well as HVAC services, at McFarlandEnergy.com. Rob Bradford, McFarland to you.
McFarland to you, my friends. And what a day it is. What a day it is. There's nothing like covering a celebration, right? There's nothing like covering a celebration.
I thought you were going to say there's nothing like covering the Red Sox against the Toronto Blue Jays when there's a bigger basketball game that everybody else is watching. I mean,
Here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I'm not in Boston. I'm not in Toronto. I'm in Denver, Colorado. That's like
what the hell are you doing there?
I am doing the ultimate zigging when everyone else is at. I can't tell you that.
Oh, it's top secret. Wow.
Are you doing recon on Arcand?
Yeah, what's happening?
I came to Denver to rub it in the face of all the Nugget fans. I said, "Isn't it nice? Come on, wouldn't it be nice?"
I thought he was on like a wasabi deep reconnaissance mission where he was going to load up. I watched the video with Triston Casas, by the way, Bradfo, which was I was a little embarrassed. He took like 7 minutes to answer all the questions, and then he finally choked the wasabi down. Like that's not how you do that.
And he had, yes, he took. Nothing is easy. Nothing is not bizarre with him. And so he took about 7 minutes to answer the question, which was I gave him 3 tries, and then he had
Gets.
the ball of wasabi. The ball of wasabi he had.
Gets was the answer.
That's the one that Gets. Yes, the middle name of Garrett Whitlock. Yes. But the ball of wasabi he had, I gotta say, it was impressive that he choked that down. It wasn't that pace stuff that I gave you guys.
No.
That's coming.
Okay.
That's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I see my dad go away in the cop car, gets arrested, send a nice to jail.
Okay, Bradford, what was that a bit? The Father's Day story? What was that? Was he in on that?
Speaking of beautiful stories,
it was his Father's Day story. This is what's great about him is that he gives you answers that you do not expect. In spring training, it was with a play. Well, exactly. Did we ask in spring training for him to talk about eating his teammates? No. Did we ask about the story on Father's Day about his father being arrested? No. So I like covering people like that because you're not getting any semblance of a cliche. That might have been a little extreme, but still, it's okay. It's all good.
So you mentioned nothing like covering a championship team. What out of all the Red Sox teams you've covered, and you've been around them now for a long time, what was your favorite championship moment?
Oh man, it was 2007 when they won, and Mike Lowell got the MVP because that was a big swing in the Bradford checking account. Because I ended up writing a book on him.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. The follow-up to Chasing Steinbrenner, yeah.
Wow, Bradford, that's so corporate.
I know. Well, the one thing that you go through, because in baseball it's a little bit different because you have these celebrations because you do it like 5 times, right? You do it after you clinch the wild card, the division, the first round, the second round, so forth and so on. And so one thing that I've mastered the art of, which is if you take the corks from the ground, those are awesome Christmas gifts.
Someone asked me this morning, said Bradfo's special is getting the corks from the locker room. Did you get any? And I said, no, that's so weird.
Do you have to authenticate those? That's like you can just like give out a cork and be like, yeah, this is from the...
It was totally in the locker room. Yeah.
You're going to have to take my word for it. You're going to give it... I'm glad it's catching steam there, Mego. I'm glad everyone knows about it, so it's good. Yeah, so it's I think it's a great Christmas gift. I heard a great celebratory story the other day. Chris Martin, obviously of the Red Sox, he said when he played in Japan and they won it all, they basically after the game, they put everybody on a bus. They took them to a hotel. And then they gave everyone slippers and bathrobes to celebrate in like a private banquet room. So it could be worse.
Yeah, it sounds like what the Celtics are probably going to do in Miami this weekend.
Yeah.
I would think. So 2007, that was your bit. You know where that took place? Denver, Colorado. Are you there? Are you there researching your favorite finals moment?
Corks.
I think it might be the last time I was here, actually. So it was like the most anticlimactic championship because everybody knew that they were going to win Game 4. But 2018, that and the Dodgers, it was so weird because the Dodgers, like the visiting clubhouse is so small. It's so tiny. It was really, really uncomfortable. And yeah, that was a bizarre one. But how about for you guys? I mean, how was last night, Mego? I was like, was it what you expected? It seemed like they were a little too aggressive with the confetti on TV.
Oh, you think so? I thought it was pretty awesome. I was saying, like, it was a little bit of a different feeling because it's such a small team compared to other sports. So it just felt like, I don't know, it felt different. It was also my favorite sport, so it was a blast.
Good. Yeah, it's all I can think of is the images when we see that the images of Red and Larry. That's obviously dating myself, but still or Jordan sitting there with a trophy and hugging it. It is when you see these guys like with that trophy, and I think that's the thing that's the common thing with all sports. When they get that trophy, whether it's Steve Young holding up the Lombardi trophy or Brady or any of these basketball players, it's like an out-of-body experience for them. And then we're like, well, it's a trophy. It's a piece. Rob Manfred said it's a piece of metal. But it's bizarre. We saw that last night, though.
Bradford, do you think that there's any, soul-searching going on in John Henry's office right now as another team in town wins a championship? It doesn't just win a championship, but does it by investing greatly in their young stars and getting players over, making big trades, doing all those things that John Henry just said fans of the Red Sox have unrealistic expectations when we want them to do it? Is there going to be any sort of reckoning there, do you think?
No, because that's how it used to be. It's not like that anymore. I mean, we've talked about it. It's buckets. It's okay. It'd be great if they win. This is the investment that we put in over here. This is the investment we put in over the PGA thing. This is the investment we put in whatever Liverpool. And yeah, we're going to put our best, what we perceive as our best foot forward. But it's not like they're not competing against other teams in Boston for eyeballs anymore. I don't think that's the case. At least in their eyes, it was awesome when they did because they would do really, really petty little things that we like. Oh, look at what they're doing. But I don't think that's the case anymore. It's too bad. But they're so dug in on this is the way we're going to do things, right or wrong, and we don't care. If a parade happens, why we're doing it.
Bradford, before we let you go, anything different with the Red Sox? They take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies, 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. They win last night. Are they finally turning a corner? Should we expect this?
It's becoming kind of interesting because you're starting to identify themselves a little bit. You have the thing about obviously they're stealing bases all over the place. They're getting a little healthier. The Verdugo thing over the weekend was really interesting to me because. We had the show on Saturday, and everyone's screaming and yelling to hit Verdugo and get in the bench clearing brawl. And we have examples of other teams identifying themselves or defining themselves by getting into a brawl. But if someone has pointed out this to me, which is this group is bizarrely so young, like they don't even they have no concept of that sort of stuff. You forget the position players are almost all the same age. And so that is a dynamic I think actually can help them to a certain degree, but it is a part of how they are being defined right now. It's a bunch of guys the same age who are athletic, who are feeling better about themselves than ever before because of these last two series. So that's why I think it's becoming a little bit more of an interesting team.
Okay, he's Rob Bradford. Joins us every Tuesday here on Jones and Mego with Arcand on WEEI. Check out the Baseball Isn't Boring podcast. You can follow him on Twitter at Bradfo. And Rob, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much.
All right. I'll see you guys.
All right. Rob Bradford, as all our guests joining us here on WEEI.
What do you think he's doing in Denver, by the way?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell us.
I know, but what do you think he's doing?
I have no idea.
What do you think he's doing, Mega?
I have no clue. I'm going to guess vacation.
Yeah?
Some kind of vacation.
Weird time.
Maybe he's starting another book.
What crappy Rocky is he talking to? I don't know. He's brought to you by McFarland Energy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, McFarland.
Again, he joins us every Tuesday here on the show. Is John Henry even paying attention to this? I have no idea. Is John Henry even aware the Celtics won a title? I think it's like 50-50. I'm going to lean no. Ryan, you're shaking your head. I'm going to lean no. I don't even think he even knows there's a championship in this city. I don't think it affects him at all. It should. I mean, Arcand, you're right to ask. It should. But if I had to guess, I don't think it does.
The only champion I recognize is DeChambeau.